Hello friends, welcome to this session of Quality of India. Myself Aryan Vishwakarma, and in this session we are going to explore overall line efficiency. So friends, when we talk about industry, typically in manufacturing industry there are equipments, machines which are used for productions or for manufacturing activity. Say for an example, this is a stamping line and you can see there are multiple machines are there. So for individual machine, we can calculate overall equipment effectiveness, which is a very important matrix for manufacturing industries. And when we talk about overall equipment effectiveness, this basically is a multiplication of three factors. First is availability, second is performance, and third is quality. So multiplying availability of the machine, performance of the machine, and quality of the machine, we can easily get overall equipment effectiveness. Okay. Now this is for individual machine. Say for an example, there is a company and there are different operators working on different lines. And let's say Mr. Mohan is working here, okay, and Sohan is working here, Hari is working here, and Gopal is working here. So at individual capacity, they would be calculating OE for their machines and they would be reporting out to their boss. And their boss is a supervisor, let's say Manikandan, okay. So Manikandan is the boss of this line or the line in charge. You can say line in charge. And Manikandan reports to Mr. Suresh. Okay, he is his boss. So while reporting to Mr. Suresh, Manikandan would be talking about overall line efficiency. Okay, he might be talking about the individual machine OE also, but these individual people, they would be more interested in calculating OE for their individual machine, because they are only responsible for overall equipment effectiveness for their only machine, right? But since the Manikandan is responsible for the overall line, he might need to calculate overall line efficiency also to report out to his boss Suresh how the line is performing, right? So that's why it is very much important for a company to calculate not only overall equipment effectiveness, which is very critical measure, but also overall line efficiency. Okay. So here we are going to explore our understanding on overall line efficiency. So OE we have discussed, very important matrix which measures the efficiency of a single machine or single equipment. Now there are different lines, different lines in a company. For an example, in a company, let's say there is a company called XYZ. Okay. Now in XYZ company there are different lines, line 1, line 2, line 3 and line 4, and there would be different line in charges also, and every line there would be multiple machines. For example, this is an example of one line and this line is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines. So same way different line would be having different machines, and for each of the line we need to calculate overall line efficiency, right? So how to calculate and what exactly is this? So overall line efficiency is used when you have multiple machines operating in a single production line like this one, and you want to evaluate the overall efficiency of the line in producing output as per standard expectation. Okay. So again, standard expectation, how much is the performance or what is the performance of the line, that needs to be calculated. Okay. So we are going to understand this with an example, with a case study, don't worry. So first of all, let's understand what exactly is the formula to calculate the overall line efficiency. Now onward we will be calling overall line efficiency OLE in short, right? So we are going to calculate OLE. So OLE evaluates how efficiently a production line converts available time into standard output. So what is the formula? So the formula of OLE is this one, that is standard time, that is total standard time, because there would be multiple machine. So total standard time divided by available time multiplied by 100, and this would be also in percentage. That's why we are multiplying with 100. So we need to understand what exactly is total standard time and available time. So what is total standard time? Very much important element. This will be total number of goods unit produced. Good unit means okay part or good part. Okay. So whatever number of parts you have produced, out of that how much parts are okay or how many parts are okay, those are total number of good unit produced multiplied by standard time per unit. And here, while understanding the standard time per unit, you need to refer to the bottleneck process or customer standard. So, the important part here is bottleneck process. What exactly is bottleneck process? We have seen one example of this one. Say for an example, in one of the line, there are 5 machines like this one, okay, line 1, and it is having 5 machines, machine 1, then machine 2, machine 3 and machine 4 and machine 5. So, different machines are there and different cycle time would be also different, right. Say for an example, the first machine cycle time is 9 seconds, okay, this is 9 seconds, second one is 6 seconds, third one is 12 seconds, fourth one is 4 seconds, okay, and fifth one is 8 seconds. So, you can see over here, this machine, that is the third machine, takes 12 seconds to complete one cycle or process one part. So, this is the bottleneck process. So, this is the slowest process or bottleneck process, because this is going to decide the pace of the line. So, that is why we need to consider this one for our calculation for standard time, right. And how to use that, we are going to understand that in the formula. So, kindly remember this one, the slowest process, which is this one, which takes the highest number of time or the longest period for completing one part or one process, okay. So, the total standard time will be total number of good parts or okay part produced multiplied by standard time per unit, that is the bottleneck process, okay. And then the second element is available time. Available time will be total scheduled time for the line, whatever is the total scheduled time for the line, which will be number of shifts. Let us say for an example, it is running for 3 shifts, then it will be multiplied with 3 into total number of duration. One shift, this would be 480 minutes. So, 480 multiplied by 3. If it is going to run for only one shift, then you may say it is 480 minutes. How 480 minutes? Normally one shift is for 8 hours. So, 8 hours multiplied by 60 minutes, this is going to be 480 minutes. So, 480 minutes for one shift. Higher number of shift, you need to multiply with that number, right. Now, if different machines have different capacity, the slowest machine, that is the bottleneck, typically defines the standard time per unit. So, kindly remember this formula, and we are going to understand this one with one example, right. So, here we have one example. So, let us say this is a line and line is line 1, and in this line we have 3 machine, M1, M2 and M3, 3 machine, and each machine has different cycle time, that is why they are having different output. So, M1 is giving us 1050 outputs, and outputs are okay. Let us assume these are all okay parts. We need to only consider the okay parts only. Okay. So, 1050 okay parts M1, second machine is producing 1030 and third machine is producing 1020. So, you can see here the third machine is the slowest. This is taking the longest time because the output here is the lowest, right. That is why we have highlighted this one with yellow band. So, this is 1020 or the bottleneck process, this is the bottleneck process, right, and the time taken over here is 0.6 minute, okay. So, per unit, the first machine is taking 0.5 minute, second machine is taking 0.4 minutes and third machine is taking 0.6 minute, which is the slowest one. That is why we are calling it as bottleneck process. So, this is going to decide the standard time per unit. So, this is the case, understood. Line 1, 3 machine, different outputs. We are going to choose the bottleneck process and the standard time per unit. How much parts they are going to produce per unit, okay. How much time they are taking to produce one part. This is the standard time per unit. So, we have got this one, okay. Now, let us calculate the overall line efficiency. So, what is the formula? Overall line efficiency is 612, that is basically total standard time. So, overall line efficiency is total standard time divided by available time, okay. Now, here the line output is decided by the bottleneck process. So the line output we are going to consider is 1020 units, okay, because the bottleneck process is going to decide the line output. And the standard time per unit is 0.6 minute, this one, okay, from machine number 3, the slowest. That's why the available time will be, so one shift is going to be 60 into 8 hours of duty, so it is going to be 480 minutes, and then multiplied by 3 operators for 3 machine, okay, this is going to be total 1440 minutes. So this is the available time for the 3 machine, 1440 minutes. Total standard time is this, that is 1020, which is the output or the good parts, and then standard time per unit, that is 0.6. Multiplied together, we are going to get 612 minutes, right? So our overall line efficiency is 612, which is total standard time divided by available time, that is 1440, multiplied by 100, this is going to be 42.5%, which is not very good. So we can see here, because this is the slowest process, and over here we need to now make improvement on the overall line efficiency. So how we are going to improve? We are going to do something over here to debottleneck the bottleneck process. So we are going to improve by maybe line balancing. So there could be multiple approaches. We need to identify the muda or the waste, and we need to eliminate the waste. We need to do the work distribution so that the balancing can be done properly, okay, and overall we are going to focus on improving the overall line efficiency. So friends, I hope that with this video you must have understood how to calculate overall line efficiency for a particular line wherein we are having multiple machine. For individual machine we can easily calculate overall equipment effectiveness, but for a line we need to calculate in this way. Friends, now let's talk about the services offered by Quality of India. Quality of India is an accredited certification body, third-party certification body, accredited by National Accreditation Board for Certification Body, IATF, and we are currently offering ISO certification for different quality management and other management systems like 9001, 14001, and many more management systems. So if you are not certified to any of the systems, and if you are in need, you can contact Quality of India, and if you are already certified with other certification body, you can transition to Quality of India. We are going to offer you cost-effective services with best-in-class auditors who are having in-depth knowledge about the different standards. So if you are in need of any ISO certification, you can contact us. We are also offering incentive schemes currently, and we are looking for associates also, global associates. So if you want to associate yourself with Quality of India and want to earn extra money, you can contact us for the affiliate services. Friends, Quality of India is also accredited by or certified by Exemplar Global for various programs like lead auditor courses. So we are also offering lead auditor program or lead auditor training with certification on various management systems like 9001, 14001, and many more management systems. So if you are looking for reliable partners for lead auditor program, you can contact us. Besides that, Quality of India's Six Sigma courses, Six Sigma Yellow Belt, Green Belt, Black Belt, and Master Black Belt, which is already certified by the Council for Six Sigma Certification, now also accredited by Exemplar Global. And some of our other courses are also accredited by Exemplar Global, like Certified Quality Manager, Certified Quality Engineer, Certified Operational Excellence Manager, Certified PPC Professional, Certified Quality Inspector, and Certified Supplier Quality Professional. And these are the bouquet of services we are offering to our corporate clients. So friends, we are offering technical and behavioral training program, lead auditor training program. We are offering training program in Six Sigma, all the levels starting from Yellow Belt, Green Belt, Black Belt, and Master Black Belt. We are offering supports in Six Sigma deployment. We are also offering skill and competency development program. We are offering AIGCQI assessment, training, and consultancy services. We also support organization in process excellence, operational excellence, and business excellence program. We support organization in various auditing like product audit, process audit, and system audit. We support organization in TPM and TQM deployment, customer audit, VSA audit, VDA 6.3, training and deployment, supervisor and supplier development program, and profit improvement programs. So if you are looking for any of these services, don't forget to contact us. And also, don't forget to download Qualitative India's application from Android Store and iOS Store. We have more than 100 plus courses available on our portal, available in Hindi and English languages, which you can learn and can get certified at the convenience of your home with weekly doubt clearing session and support in the project and deployment services. In case of any query, don't forget to contact us. Bye for now. Jai Hind.